Hello everyone. This is part 2 of my eyeshadow tour, Terra Moons Cosmetics Edition. In this one we're going to go through my gray base slash really special ones, my Lunar and Solar chameleons over here, and then all of these are just regular shadows, like regular duochromes or something like that. So I'm going to start with these because honestly these are just super spectacular and I want to touch them. So this one is one of the new ones that I got very recently, like just a couple of months ago. It is La Lune. How cool. This is such a difficult color to describe. Like it looks kind of taupe in the way that, let's see, in the way that Hyperion looks taupe, but it goes green really quickly, so you don't see that taupe for very long. I think you can see it like here. But it goes very green, and it also goes like a yellow at the edge. I think you can see that. Just to confirm, light in front of me, ring light on beside me, as usual. Look at that. Look at that. So it's got like a little bit of a grayness. Oh, you can really see the green. It's got a little bit of a grayness, but I think it's super cool. And then this one is Chasing Comets. And then this is the one that I was hoping was going to be better than UFOs. So let's see how it is. Ooh, I love the texture. Ooh, that's very promising and very exciting. So a warmer purple base, and there's some cool purple flash. We got some orange, we got some gold, it looks like. Wow. That's pretty stinking cool. Get it more around my finger there. Wow. Those are cool. I don't know what collection these technically are a part of. I know they're just some of the shadows they released the most recently. This is the Cosmos, the absolutely breathtaking shadow called the Cosmos. It's to call it a blue base is not truthful. I feel like I'm just going to show you how it shifts. Because it's basically the entire rainbow in one shade. Now the base does have like that bluey gray kind of tinge, but it's so dynamic. It's so crazy. I love it. And this is, I think, is this the last new one that I got? Yes, this is the last new one that I got more recently. This is Space Case. And I know this is one of the gray-based multi-chromes. This one is thick. Like it picks up a lot when you put your finger in it without you swirling around very much. And it's going to go forever. I feel like, yeah. So this, oh my gosh. It's got, oh, I got purple on the bottom. It has green, you can see, but there's also like, it's like a red base, but it's a more sheer red base. And the green goes to a greeny blue, and then kind of a more neutral, almost champagne. No, it's a little too cool tone to be champagne. I think you can see what I'm talking about, but that green is brilliant. So that is these four. Wow. Terra Moons knows how to do it. Now these next four represent my favorite type of multi-chrome that is not an iridescent multi-chrome. And these are, these are the gray-based multi-chromes. These were the original four that they released. Like I said, Space Case is also one. And there are some more in the line that I desperately want to get because I love this formula. So this is Big Bang. Oh, it's so pretty. This is Venus. This one is Titan. You can't really see the shift of this one too well right now, but I'll make sure that happens. And this is Mercury. So let's start. Mercury is like a copper, and you got a red flash, and then it flashes really fluorescent orange. You can see it's like a glowing embers color, and then you've got the bronze and then a little bit of the peach. And Titan goes more like it's a yellow, but it goes green, but it's like this one in that it has more texture. Like the color is not smooth. You see what I mean? Venus, which is arguably one of my favorite ones to wear just on a casual level, like on an everyday basis. I can do like a neutral crease with Venus on the lid, and oh my gosh. So pink, gold, orange. There's kind of some additional colors in between there. I'd say there's probably some peach. You can see that gets really yellow. It is super pretty, but my favorite one is Big Bang. Oh my gosh. I wear this so frequently in comparison to my other shadows. So, teal. You can see we've got like a reddy base. It goes purple along the edge. And I can show you here that the purple kind of gets to a red almost. Like a plummy, you can see like a plummy color. I love this with a maroon matte blended out, and then this layered over top of it, like all over everything except for the brow bone, because I have to have my iridescent multichrome. But these are the 4 original gray-based multichromes. I love them. Love them, love them. Okay, Lunar and Solar Chameleons. I'm just going to go, like I said, I don't remember what's a part of which collection. I know that I could find the information out, but honestly, I don't think it's that important. Daybreak. We got a pastel yellow, and it flashes kind of like reddy pinky peach, and then an orange. I think you can see here. Let me get that out of my hand so I can rotate it better. Yeah. I don't use this one very much because I feel like if I put it on the inner corner, it has that same cast issue where makes it look a little bit darker, like with the gray silvery base at the edge. So I don't use this one a ton. If you have any suggestions on ways to use it, let me know. This next one, though, I am obsessed with. It is Counting Stars, and it is like a baby blue with teal sparkle going through it. It is a very finely milled shadow. The sparkle is very fine, very small. This is incredible on the inner corner on the brow bone. You can see it's got a slight blueness at the edge, but because the shadow itself is blue, it's not really as distinct of an issue when I have it on like the inner corner or something. And then you can see there, it goes pink at the very edges. So I think that one's really unique and really cool. This is Antares, and I mentioned this one in part 1 as the one to get instead of the original Cosmic Chameleon Terra Sphere. It is that same pink, and it has that same flip, that same gold, but it's actually more visible. And it's got a green at the edge of the gold. You can see the gold gets really strong, and then just a tiny little bit of green. It's really pretty. I think it's similar to Cleona Bloodline, but not exactly the same. And I think that makes it pretty unique and pretty cool, at least in my collection. And the last one I will do on these fingers is Helix Nebula. This one has a really dark base. And it's another one that's a little more difficult to work with because if you blend it too much, it will get out of hand and the base will kind of overtake everything else. So you can see it's like an indigo purple at the base. We've got a pink to a peach flash, and then the other way it is kind of peach to yellow to green. It is super dynamic and super cool. If you do like a smoky eye and have this on the center of the lid and it's blending out like from a soup black to a super deep purple, gradiating up to a lighter purple, oh, it's so stunning. I have worn that a couple of times before. So these spectacular ones, I think I need to actually wash off. So I'm gonna go wash up and I will be back shortly to continue swatching. All that is left is some Lunar and Solar Chameleons and then regular duochromes. So I'm just gonna hop right back into it. This is Ceres. It is a lavender, and you can see it has a warm toned flash, like a peach, orange type of thing. It ends up making it look the same, like kind of blue-gray as some of the more iridescent multichromes, but I think this one, I mean, you can see the dip, the little dip that I have in it. I've been experimenting with it. I've been trying to figure out how I like to use it, but I do think it is very pretty. Move that out of the way. Okay. Reign of Terra. This one is so stunning. It is a warmer purple, and you can see we've got warm flashes in there. I'm just gonna swatch it out so I can show you. So it's kind of like an indigo blurple base, if you will. And then we've got a light lavender purple. And as you rotate it around, you see the super deep blue. It's not the same as this, but it's a super deep blue. And then around this way, you can see it kind of gets a little bit peach. It's very cool, very unique. This next one up, Supernova. This is a unique tone of like teal green. I don't have a lot of stuff like this. And it has, again, like a warm shift in a cool tone color, which I think is really cool. It's kind of a similar shift to the way Reign of Terra shifts. Do you see what I mean? It has like a blue, a teal, and then it goes to yellow and peach, maybe even slightly orange, and then the darker, more saturated blue at the edge. So that's super cool. I don't use it a ton though, I think because when I'm doing blue, I normally don't do a medium tone blue. I'll either do like a dark look with blue or use a lighter, more brightening shimmer. So I need to try to use this one some more. This one too, this is Artemis. This is one that I don't really use a ton either. It is a deeper base. I don't know if you guys can hear Raven. It is a deeper base than this one, but I bet you guys can hear her. But the shift is yellow, green, like slightly edging towards teal, so it is more in the cool tone realm. But as you can see, the base is really dark, And the same thing that happens with black base multichromes happens with this, where if you like buff out the edge too far, you can't really go back. You can't undo the darkness that it cast over that part of your eye. So here are these. There are only 3 more in the regular, or in the Lunar and Solar Chameleons. So I'm going to do those real quick, and then it will be time for the duochromes. All right, final 3. Final 3. And they look very, very similar in the pan. So I'm going to get all of them up here so I can show you. This is Gamma Ray. This is Sun Scorched. And this is Inertia. So this one, I think you can tell is a little different than these. It has more of like a yellow-green shift and sparkle, whereas these are both pretty dark bases with like an orangey copper type of shift. But when they're swatched, you can see a little bit more of the difference. So I'm going to show you that now. I will do Gamma Ray first. It gives me like Natasha Denona Gold palette vibes. I know there's not an exact shadow like this in there, I don't think, but it gives me the same vibe. We've got a reddy brown base, gold to green shift, and a super bright, like yellowy gold at the edge. And this is, I wouldn't say super unique, but it is done really well. The formula is really good. So if this is a type of thing that you like, this is a good version of it. Then next I'll do Inertia. That was this one, yeah. And then this one has a little more of the opaque base. So does Sun Scorched. But you can see here it flashes orange at the edges. The base is blue. Can you tell? It's like the same dark navy blue that's in the base of Reign of Terra. I'm trying to blend it out so you can see. Yeah, you can see on the edge. It's blue. So it makes it look interesting when the light's not hitting it. You have to be really careful using this one, or else it looks like, it doesn't look intentional. It looks like you messed up. At least to me, that's what happens, I feel like, when I'm not careful with it. And so that makes it like not the greatest, but the shift is really cool. And then this is Sun Scorched. And you might be able to see the similarities between Sun Scorched and Inertia this way, but Sun Scorched does not have the blue, like the navy at the base, but they flash the same type of orange, and then in the light, they have like the same type of flash. This like has slightly more peach orange in it, maybe technically, and then you can see that Gamma Ray looks distinctly different from them. So that's all of the Lunar and Solar Chameleons. Now I only have the duochromes left, so I'm just going to jump right in, I think. And I'm probably going to do these a little bit faster because they're not as dynamic of shadows. You don't really need as many angles to see what's going on. So I said Europa was one of the first ones that I got, and then these are the last one, or these were the other 3 that I got in my first order of 4. This is Terra Borealis, Interstellar, and Hot Spiced Cider. So I'll just pick up some of these really quick. So this Terra Borealis is very adept ACD5, which I love. And then Interstellar is kind of, okay, so if Terra Borealis is Cleona Grisaille, Interstellar is Cleona Abrasion. That's kind of how they relate to each other, but you can see Terra Borealis has more like sparkle. It's a little more dynamic in the finish, and Interstellar is more satin. But they have the same type of base. This one's just slightly deeper. And then Hot Spice Cider is another traditional. It's kind of similar to Gamma Ray, I feel like. It's a red base with a gold green kind of shift, but you can see there's not really a multi-chrome type of thing happening. So these were the eyeshadows that sold me on Terra Moons. And then I started ordering more and more and more. Let's see. I'm going to try to like group them together by like things. So this is, I think, just a small collection that they released sometime last year. And they're more chunky, I think you can tell. They're not as expensive as the like chameleons or the multi-chromes, but they are kind of messy. So I'll show you these ones. This is Starburst. This one is Multiverse. This one is Dark Side. And this one is Carbon. So the Dark Side and Carbon, let's see. This is Dark Side, the deeper one. And this is Carbon. Oh, you can see how crumbly. This is the lighter one, Carbon. I hope I'm getting stuff everywhere. So you can, it's bright. They're very bright, very reflective. But I think you can see they don't lay down super smoothly. Dark Side does a little better than Carbon, but you can see like the flakes, the chunks, and the base is not completely opaque. But I think they're really pretty. If you use a glitter glue, it doesn't really bother me at all. And then Starburst is a very cool toned pink situation. It's got like a cool green yellow flip. It's not close to Antares at all. But you can see like the light pink at the edges, and it flips. Oh, cat hair. And it flips more kind of icy almost. And then the last one that released with these was Multiverse. And this one is also distinctly chunky. I think you can tell. And it is a blue-purple. I'm going to try to do this in the camera so you can see what's happening. Can you see all the little pieces flying off? And it looks super pretty, like all pressed on my finger, but it's difficult to get it to look like this on the eye. It is more likely to look like this unless you're really careful. So I was going to say that has made a huge mess, but you can see the texture of those. So let's see, how many more do I have left? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. I don't remember if I said this at the beginning. I have 68 total pans of eyeshadow from Terra Moons. 68. So I feel like that's quite a lot. Like I said, I've been collecting them for a little while though, so it's not as if I bought them all in one fell swoop. So I'm going to go wash off really quick, and then we will resume with the last section of duochromes. We're on the home stretch. Let's go, go, go. So next, I'm going to do some blues. Trying to make sure I'm not picking up any hairs with them. So let's do these 4. So this was a declutter from my friend Drea. It is Little Dipper. I think, was it one of the pastel chameleons? I don't know. I can't find it anymore. It's, I believe, discontinued. This is Skyfall. I believe this one's also discontinued. This is Half Moon, which is a very bright, sparkly shadow. You can see that it's kind of different from those. And this is X-Ray. It's got a fluorescent. This is close to a blue reflect, but not quite. So, okay, I'm gonna do Little Dipper next to Skyfall, next to Half Moon, next to X-Ray. Okay. So Little Dipper here, it's basically just a gold kind of. It's like the one true goldy type shadow that I have if I ever want to do something like this, because it's not my jam. I think we all know that at this point, but I keep it around. And then this is Skyfall. It's like a steely blue gray, kind of. Very cool. And Half Moon is very sparkly, kind of textured. It's similar to Atlas, but the base is a little bit more opaque. And then X-Ray here has a sheer base as well, and it reflects blue and then pink, which borders on, like, I think that's a little more special than a duochrome, probably. So here are these four. Very pretty. I'm trying to make sure I'm gathering everything up and over and out of the way. All right, next up, let's see. I'm just going to pick some because these don't really belong in any categories. Or these don't have like a bunch of similar colors. So this is one of the new ones that was just released recently, Beyond Apollo. Very cool. This is Andromeda. It is very similar in like finish, texture to X-Ray. It is kind of serves the same purpose but is a different color. This is Dragonfly, and I believe Dragonfly is discontinued now. And this is Moon Lily, and I want to say that Moon Lily is also discontinued. So I'll do the greens next to each other, and then the other stuff doesn't really matter. So Moon Lily, it's a steely lavender, very, very unique in terms of a tone of purple. And then you can see how kind of chunky this one is too, and it flashes to a gold. You'll be able to see that more in just a second. There's Dragonfly, really satin, similar to Moon Lily. And then here's Beyond Apollo. It's very textured, but not as bad as Andromeda. So that's Moon Lily, very cool. You can see it's distinct from Skyfall, but they're in the same like realm. And then this is Andromeda. So it's got pink, like a pinky red almost, and it goes a little purpley, and then the other way we've got a golden orange peach yellow kind of situation. Again, a little more special than just a regular duochrome, at least in my opinion. This is Dragonfly, just a good opaque color. It's not something I use a ton, but the type of green that it is really cool, and I like to keep it for that reason. And then Beyond Apollo, you can see it has a really deep plum, almost black base, and the teal sparkles, and it goes, what color would you call that? Is it pink? Is it like a pinky purple? Very, gives me very beetle wing, kind of. I love it. Shadows like this are my friend. 5 more to go, and I'm getting sparkles everywhere again. So this is Celestial. It is a like royal blue, but it has some purple at the edge, as you can see. Very pretty, very cool. And then this is Martian, I believe, yes. And it is similar to Hot Spice Cider, except it stays more gold and gets less into the green realm of a shadow like this. And then you can see the brighter reflect that way. So it looks the same gold in multiple lightings. And I have, this one is, let's see, Meteorite. And it is more chunky as well, but it has the same specialness that X-Ray and Andromeda have, which is that it has that really nice texture. That tiny bit of blue is from the swatch above it. It does not have any blue in it. But you can see that is really cool for for like an inner corner type of color, but I don't know if you can tell, there's a slight base, like a slightly grayed base, and I find that if I use this color on my brow bone, it makes my brow bone look gray and dull, and it's not the vibe. So I keep that in here instead of in my iridescence palette. That way I don't put it on my brow bone, and I remember if I want to use it to only use it on my inner corner or something. Now these final two are like some of their super metallic shadows. These were released, I believe, in 2021 as well. We have Palladium and Cesium. Palladium is a like brilliant rose gold. Oh, I didn't realize, look at that. Okay, and then Cesium is like a white gold. So let me do, here's Cesium. Oh my gosh. You can see the sparkle reflect as the light flashes off of it, and here's Palladium. Wow. It is a spectacular formula, I think. I really enjoy it. So that is, we're kind of looking messy over here now, but that is my entire Terra Moons eyeshadow collection. So I hope you enjoyed this leg of the eyeshadow tour, and let me know what you want to see next. I'm leaning towards Cleona, but if there's a very passionate opinion that you wish to share to try to convince me otherwise, please do. I hope you all have had a great week so far, and don't forget that you are loved, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, friends.